hear it. Just want to make sure. Okay. What's up, people? Sorry if you're hearing that. I have a fan on because it's hot as fuck right now. We're in the fucking heat wave over here. So even like at 9:13 at night, it's still hot as fuck. So sorry about that. I'll try to talk like over it. But I was gonna do a video yesterday. I was too tired. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this video. Then like in the morning, I'll do 2 videos. Like not 2 right away, but like I'll do the video was gonna do tomorrow, and then I'll do like that. I was gonna do a Hulk rant, but I'll save that. I'm gonna do I guess it's kind of a rant. I'll explain why I'm pretty much done with pretty much superhero movies at this point. Like, if something comes out that interests me, I'll watch, but I'm pretty much done, and it's both companies. So I'll talk about that. I'll try to do that like in the morning or something. In the afternoon. Never mind. It'll be like in the afternoon sometime. And then my normal time I do my videos. But today I am reviewing Chopping Mall. Since we're getting closer to the Halloween season, I figure I'll start a little early, a month early. Got some plans. I'm gonna be doing the Jeepers movies. I'm probably might start them next week. I'll see how it goes, but I might start them next week. But yeah, like I'm gonna pretty much kick it off. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of creature features. Slashers, of course. And then when Halloween ends, gets closer, Halloween-related stuff again. But, yeah. But today, I'm reviewing Chopping Mall. This is a movie I watched. I don't remember the age. I was pretty young. Because I just saw it on TV. And it was on, like, one of the movie channels. And I just remember watching it and thinking... I didn't really have any thoughts at that time. I was just like, oh, killer robots. I thought the robots looked goofy, and I still think they do, but it's a fun one. I watched it again last night, and I gotta say, it still holds up. Like, it's not a good movie in the sense of, like, how I would call Halloween good, but it's a fun 80s slasher, has a lot of cheese. The characters you're not gonna really care about. They're just kind of characters that die, but some of the kills are fun. The design of the robots is still cheesy, but it works. And I actually do like the premise. I'm a big proponent of like isolation horror. So it's basically these people who work at the Park Plaza Mall basically has like new security bots, and even the opening is like how they work, and they stun a criminal, and then they go crazy one night, like a storm happens, and basically they malfunction, and the robots start having a mind of their own. And people who work at the mall throw a party one night, and basically the robots go crazy and start killing them. And it's very over the top. Like, the lasers for me, every time the robots like shoot lasers, I'm like, I was out, I was done. But it's fun. Like, it's only an hour, and it's not a long movie at all. There's actually some pretty good kills. I like the isolated aspect, like they're locked in the mall with these killer robots, and these teens have to survive, and I think it mostly works. It's not, like I said, they're not the greatest actors in the world, but I don't expect, as long as it's like you can just be fun, cheesy 80s, I can do it. Like the music. There's even at times, I'm sorry, like the music when the robots would appear, I'm like, that's just Halloween. Like, I don't know if it's just, I just hear it, but it just, the tempo at least, I'm like, okay, come on. You tweaked it a bit, but it's fine. Like, it works, and they have this, like, even, like, the opening credits, it's, like, this hokey 80s music. Not hokey, but it's, like, it feels like 80s action movie. But it's, like, in general, it works. I like the practicalness of the robots, like, they're actually rolling on their own. Like, that actually works for me. And the cast isn't bad, like I mentioned. So if I were to give this out of 10, I would like a 6.5. It's fun. It's only an hour and a half, I think, or hour and 20, something like that. It's not long. It's on YouTube, actually. So if you want to watch it somewhere. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Before I get started, I'll go into what I got planned this week. like I mentioned, the video I'm gonna do tomorrow, the why I'm over superhero movies video, and then tomorrow my main video for review will be Prom Night 2. There was actually a Prom Night sequel. I found that out when I looked it up. I thought it was just the first one, the Jamie Lee Curtis one, and then like the reboot, which I actually enjoyed. So I now will be reviewing that one. So that'll be next Tuesday. So, but yeah, so I'll be doing Prom Night 2. It's okay. It's not as strong as the first one, but it's fun 80s slasher. It's an okay 80s slasher. Like, that's kind of how I look at these movies. As long as you can keep my attention for an hour and a half, I'm fine. So Wednesday I will be doing I'm trying to remember what I'm gonna do. I'll come back because I can't think of it right at the moment. I'm doing Wednesday. It'll hit me. But Thursday I will be doing Piranha 3D. Speaking of which, I watched Piranha 2 on, I think it was Friday, and it just, honestly, I didn't hate it, but it didn't do anything for me to where I'm like, I want to do a review. That's why I didn't end up reviewing it. Just because, I'm gonna be honest, it's okay. There's some fun kills, but the story wasn't there enough for me. Like, I'm gonna do a whole review. So, yeah. So on Thursday, I'm just gonna skip ahead and we'll do the Piranha 3D, which is the first of the remake. I remember that one is fun. It's not like, once again, it's the same deal. Not the greatest movie, but it's fun. You got some titties, and actually the lead actress isn't bad. So, it's the chick who plays Allie in Karate Kid. So, but yeah, I'll review that Thursday, and then Friday, at some point, I'll try to do it maybe like, depending on the time, I'm gonna do that whole video. But yeah, I'm gonna get started here on chopping. So the movie opens up. We get that ad of the robot taking down thieves. We meet Allison and Susan, who work at a pizzeria, basically, along with their boyfriends Greg and Freddie. These are our characters. We kind of get to know them. They basically are just 80s slasher characters, which it's fine. I'm fine with that in these movies. And they work at a furniture store, so their plan is basically they're going to throw a party, and I'm pretty sure Ferdy, he's like the nerdy guy, so they basically, I'm just going to jump ahead. Oh, well, there's the scene initially where they show the robots, and yeah, the design isn't like, it's not threatening at all, especially because this was like 1986, so this is like 2 years after Terminator and about a year before the first RoboCop and Terminator. Like, we had already seen like the Enzo skeleton, so yeah, it is a little bit of a hokey design, this robot on wheels, but I gotta say this, it gets going quick. Pretty much after this, they plan the party starts. One of the people who work at the because the storm strikes and they works like the computer area of the mall. A storm happens, like I mentioned, and the robots activate basically they go on their own, kill one of the workers, and then they kill a janitor, and basically they start making their rounds. So while this is happening, you have a party. Ferdy, the nerdy guy, gets hooked up with I don't remember the girl's name. I was like Ferdy. I think her name's Linda. Yeah, Linda. So they hook up. They're like watching like some old monster movie from the 50s, while the other couples are having sex. 80s stereotype. I think it's that pretty much. Mike. Okay, so Mike gets up after having sex, and then goes and shows one of the robots sees him, and he shows like his badge, but the robot doesn't care and ends up killing him by slitting his throat. Or the robots are called protectors, okay? Which, the kills are pretty decent. Like, one of them, they, like, stabbed a guy with, like, it's like a harpoon-looking thing through the neck. Like, that was pretty brutal. But, kills Mike with the throat and then electrocutes a janitor pretty brutally. Like, some of the kills are a bit, like, not comedic, but, like, they're like, okay, you can't really take it seriously, but it still works. And the idea of it works, because the store is about to be locked down, and sorry about that. Like, they initially don't know it's there. So Mike, after getting killed, Leslie looks for him, finds his body, kind of thinks, she's, he's pranking her. And then the robots show up, chase her for a bit, basically chase her to where they're in the store, or like right where like the people can see, the people were up there. Then the robot ends up killing her with a laser, like just blows her face up. I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty brutal. It was brutal and a bit like funny. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of laughed when they started using the lasers. It was a bit like, oh my god, because it's like it just became. I like it. I'm like, this isn't me like shitting on it or anything, but it just became funny, like a hokey, old sci-fi movie. Big. Like I said, I like isolation horror, and I like that aspect about it. And the mall being abandoned is kind of cool. And it's, they did their own thing. At least it's not like another, killer, with a knife, or even Freddy, with claws. Like, it wasn't like a demon. It wasn't something like that. It was robots that just malfunction. Like, I think the concept is realistic, which works. And the music isn't bad. It does feel like you're in like an 80s dance club in the sense of like it's very techno-ish, but I think it works. So after killing Leslie, the robots basically now just start trying to attack their group. The women decide to escape while the men, while the men stock up on guns, and they confront one of the protectors and they shoot one with gasoline, and use a flare, basically killing one of them. And then the girls get ambushed by the other bots, chase her, and they end up killing Susie. That one is probably my favorite kill of the movie. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty brutal. Like, they literally, she, like, I guess, accidentally poured gasoline on herself, and she blew up. Like, not blew up, but, like, got lit on fire while they were trying to shoot the protector, and the protector didn't die. They don't die from bullets, so they run off. They end up trapping the other protector in one of the elevators, which is rigged with like the gasoline, because that's just a thing in the 80s. Not just the 80s, but just in general. Like, shoot like a gas thing and it blows up. So they did that, killing the other protector. So they then basically have to. So the robot shows up, ends up killing Greg pretty brutally. Like, the movie goes. Like, it's one thing you'll say. It's not the bad acting isn't great. You notice I'm not really going into the characters at all, because they're caricatures. You got like the hot girls, you got the guys, you got the music. Like, they're not really characters, so that's why I'm not really going into them. But they're serviceable. Like, it makes it. I can see they don't make me like want to like punch myself because they're so annoying. Right? Like, they're serviceable characters. You even have one of the dudes was from Friday the 13th. the actor who plays Rick, he was in Friday. I think it was part 2. So that was cool because I was watching the whole time yesterday. I was thinking, dude, that looks like a dude. He looks like I've seen him in a movie. Then I put 2 and 2 together. Oh, it's from Friday part 2. So one of the bots ends up killing Linda. Then Rick has a shootout with it, and the robot ends up getting destroyed because he ends up killing it with a bolt of electricity, but he ends up killing himself. Then it's just Allison and Freddy. Then we have the last protector left. You kind of have like this is the last, and it's compelling. Like you got like a little bit of a chase. Allison gets out and rigs a trap, and she ignites the chemicals, which basically it blows up. I'm just gonna kind of speed things up, and the two kind of get together, and then like it's a decent movie. Like it goes quick. The robots, they're actually seen as a threat. Even the design isn't great, I'll admit, especially compared to other designs, but it goes like they're actually seen as a threat. They're not treated as a joke. Some kills are a bit like, okay, that was like when they blew up the janitor, but I like the fact that there's no people in the mall. They're locked in. It's actually shot well. Like a lot of the shots where like the robots are just rolling around in an empty mall, or they're being chased. I actually like it. Like I think the cinematography is not bad, and the music's pretty good. It goes quick. Like I said, I would recommend watching it. It's on YouTube. Don't expect like Shakespeare, but it's a fun little slasher movie. You get some fun kills. You get some fun robots. What can go wrong? I would probably give it like a 6.5 out of 10. Like, I don't think I can give it anything higher than that, but it's fine. Simple story. The characters are serviceable. There's not a scene where I feel like, okay, this is just dragging. Like, I wasn't like doing this the whole time. So, when I'm not doing that, you got my attention. Yeah. So tomorrow I will be doing Prom Night 2, which I think was interesting. They changed it up a little bit, but it's a decent sequel. It's like not in the same sense, but like Sleepaway Camp 2, where it goes more like traditional 80s horror. But it's fun. It's not bad, so I'll be watching that again tomorrow. Actually, I might watch it tonight. We'll see. But that'll be my review tomorrow. And then I'm going to go into why I'm done with superhero movies. I'll go into it a little bit right now. Like, honestly, it's just they're not doing the characters anymore. We're at a point where they're either swapping them in some way. Gender swapping, race swapping, or they're changing their backstory. But they're not even doing the characters anymore. So for me, what's the point of even getting into it? So I just want to talk a little bit about that. I'll be going into that tomorrow. It'll probably be sometime in the afternoon or early morning. We'll see. But but other than that, I'm going to take one more hit, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Fuck the Biden administration. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow.